Okay, this is a short video on finding love. That actually might be a longer video, so we'll see. Finding the love that's within us. People tell us the first thing you need to do before you get a relationship going is love yourself and finding love. So how do we do that? What are some ways that we can actually go and do that? What are ways that we can actually find love? How do you do that? How do you love yourself? I'll tell you what I did. I guess it was about a year ago at this time. I was dating some different people, and I found myself trying to pull energy from them. I was trying to find happiness in their story. It was almost like somebody showing up with, on a date, and they had a book, and my book wasn't good enough, so I was like, I'm here to show up for this date and I got this crappy book, but what is your book? And they would have this great book with all these stories in it, and then I'd end up wanting their book, and in the meantime I never had my own story. I never had my own book. Or it could be similar to, perhaps you want to join and go play music with somebody, and they say, well, what songs do you have? I don't have any songs. I like your songs. I just want to sing with them. And there's nothing wrong with that. We have different times where perhaps that's what we need. But the problem with that is the other person is eventually going to close their book or take their sheet music and walk away. Or they're going to want to go sing with somebody else. And when that happens, then you're left with nothing of your own. And they may go walk away or close their book or play with somebody else because they have nothing from you either. You've got no book you're showing up with. So it's a matter of finding your own music and getting your own story and bringing that to somebody. And once you do that, once you find your own music, you then vibrate at a level where you will not meet anybody else that has stories, issues, problems, and things that are just make relationships a pain in the ass. You'll then vibrate at a higher level where the stories will be lower energies and you'll surpass those, and you won't draw those people to you. So then what you'll do is you'll end up meeting people that are very, very clear mirrors. And these clear mirrors will reflect back to you yourself. So as an example, if I'm in a lot of drama and I'm trying to get, perhaps I haven't ended one relationship, or I haven't really walked through life in steps of peace, and knowing that every step is my home, then I will try to gravitate and grab and be around people, help draw people to me that are also desperate, needing, and clutching as well. And then when I meet them, they will be a mirror, but their mirror will have paintings and drawings all over it. And I won't be able to see myself. So they'll have their junk, and then I'll have my junk, and then we'll meet, and we'll never actually connect. It'll never happen. However, if I meet somebody who has got space, and I have my space, then what we can do is we'll then put our space together, and we'll connect. And then you'll have emptiness, emptiness brought together, connection. And we'll have an inward, which becomes the outward. There'll then be a mirror that we can then see ourselves. So, in all this, what do I do right now in order to find myself? What do I do in order to find the love that is within me? How do I do this? The very first step in doing this is sit and just be with yourself. Ask yourself this question: can I find a place where I can sit within this moment and feel peaceful? And if you can, then that's the place to start. But if you find yourself sitting and going, I can't sit, it's too painful, Then you need to work on letting go and forgiving yourself, which is going to have to be a whole nother video. But forgiving yourself is a huge, huge project. It's just a matter of sitting quietly and saying, how do I forgive myself? And you'll get answers, and then you do it. And you let go of all of the things in your life, and you forgive yourself. And then once you forgive yourself, you then find your true self. Ways that you can love yourself. And the way I did it was, I was fortunate in that I had about 9 months where I wasn't working. And I spent a large majority of those days perhaps laying under a tree by a river, looking at the sky, looking at the clouds. Go lay outside and look at clouds. Try that sometime. It's a little cold out today, but put a coat on, lay in the backyard, and watch the clouds. They're silent, they're beautiful, they're wonderful. But basically, I spent a lot of time just working and being me. And just basically sat within myself to be comfortable with that silent whisper of who I was. And as you do that, and as you listen to that silent whisper of who you are, it's you. And you know, as I did in the meditation a minute ago, this silence is us. So that everything out there is you. So you find yourself, and then you love yourself. 3 words. I am love. And just love you. That's all. Just love you for exactly the way you are. And if you look at yourself and say, well, my body's not right, my mind's not right, did you know that you can actually make your body as beautiful as you possibly can? You'll get more done by loving yourself than you would by working out or eating right. Because if you love yourself, then you'll naturally gravitate towards foods that are good for your body, and you'll naturally then will have more energy to work out. You won't have any headaches or anything like that. So it's a matter of really sitting with yourself. That's how you love yourself. You stop. And you don't think that anybody else is going to be there to love you. Because you love yourself. Then, while you're loving yourself, somebody will come along and they'll smile because they'll love the way you love yourself. And now that person will be at a higher vibration, and it will be a clearer mirror, and they will see you for who you are in all of your beauty. And then you can show up and bring the biggest book you possibly can and sit there with them and say, this is me. And the reason the book is so big is because you become the room, you become the sky, the mountains, and everything. So that's how you love yourself. Really look and ask yourself, who am I? And that's the first way. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and ask, who am I? And you'll feel an answer. And that answer that you feel should be a boundless, peaceful moment that goes on forever. And that is who you are. The next step is to take that, paint your world with it with eyes open. So that every step you take, you're stepping into yourself, you're greeting yourself, and you see yourself as one being patterning at 1,000 different lives, 1,000 different moments. And all of it's you. So that every step is your home. And then when that happens, you then are magnificent. And you love yourself. And then whoever comes along in your life will be that also. And there'll be nothing you have to get. And if that moves on, then you're still there in perfect love with yourself. And the relationship becomes 2 perfect mirrors. I hope this helps. Write to me any questions, I'll answer them for you. Because if there's anything I know, it's this right now. So, work on this, unfold into it, and enjoy. Goodbye.